We look at the magneto or the, I can't remember the name of this right now. And believe me, I fucked up a couple of these. Not these, but the coils inside accidentally. But what I found with this is another tip of the day, is that if your bike is running flat out top speed and it starts to cut out, and you're thinking, what in the hell what is doing that? What is doing that? Well, let me tell you what's doing it. Okay, your bike should have no fluid or no moisture or anything in here at all. If it does, there's two reasons for it. Or excuse me, there's one reason. One is your crankshaft is not balanced, which I'm still trying to figure out how to balance them. It can be off by just a little bit. The run out means how much, when that crank spins, how far is that crankshaft moving from side to side. The run out should be 0, 0, 0. If it's any more than that, what it does, the crankshaft, just a tiny bit, what it'll do is it'll calve out the rubber O-ring, the rubber seal, I'm sorry, between the crankshaft and the outside. And it allows a little space for oil to leak. And when the oil leaks out of the crankcase right here, what it does is it settles down at the bottom. It gets on the oily gas, oily petrol, whatever you want to call it. It gets on the windings here, and it also gets on the magnets on the flywheel. When that happens at high speeds, your bike will short out. She's got a nice moped over there. Anyway, I'm going to take this off and we're going to look at it. We're going to check it. But I'm going to go through all the things that I have had to go through and all the mistakes that I have made. Because, you know, one young man had just stated that he had started watching me at 15 and now he's 19. And that just really kind of touched me. Because I want to give away all these, everything I've learned for free. And I'm just an old man living, riding alone, and I find all this out by myself. Now the guys in Hawaii, the guys in Europe, they're just laughing their ass off at me, going, that old fool doesn't know a thing. Which I would say to all the Hawaiians, you're right. I don't. And one day I'm going to be over there. I'm going to walk right up to you and say, look, I like that bike. And they're going to, well, I don't know what they'll say, but I'm going to tell them who I am and hopefully put them in a video. But our next step, now that we found a couple of problems, is to take off the head here, because it's going to be replaced by this one here. They're both the same size. But I need to take a look at the piston and see what the problem is. The bike was overheating when I ran it the last time. Now hopefully it's only caused by these brakes locking up. And I don't understand why they locked. I haven't found the reason for that. But when you take a bike apart, what you want to do is look at everything the motor is telling you. Everything. Honda spent millions and millions, of dollars developing this engine. This engine is powered by a piston that's big. That piston and this motor are supposed to go 30,000 miles without failure. That's almost impossible with a piston the size of a 50-cent piece, or probably about as round as this. So when you think, well, Honda just put this together, and no, they didn't. Honda spent the time and the money and the research to do it right.